You can know what's wrong with your book. You can know that it needs something. You can even know what you need to do to fix it. And it can still stay stuck. It can still be stuck in a way that makes you feel trapped. Today isn't about diagnosing it. We've looked at a couple of the really definite ways and hows that you can change the trajectory of your book. Today is about a fast fix. It's about what is going to get your book seen the fastest. Not about how to rewrite your book, how to relaunch it, all the rebranding, all those kind of things. Today is purely and simply about how can I get a an impact that makes immediate difference in the visibility and the overall everything with my book. I know you're interested in that. I know you want to get that going. So let's talk about that. Hi, my name is Steve Kidd. I'm a third generation minister, international best-selling author of 40 books and counting. I've had the amazingly wonderful privilege over the course of the last 40 years in business to work with people that are doctors, lawyers, nurses, but also, and just as important, brand new startup companies, stay at home moms, people who and you've heard of, Olympic athletes and folks like that. But just as important, maybe in some respects, sometimes it feels like even more important, are the people who, until we started working together, you'd never heard of. Some of them you still won't because you're not their market. One of the biggest things we need to understand is that it's all about how you reach the people you're meant to reach, not everybody in the world. The world talks so much about virality, about how if you can just get your book, your post, your thing to go viral, to go crazy and have the whole entire world see it, that then somehow you've succeeded. When in truth, what you really want is a small group of people that know, like, and trust you and want to do things with you so that when you bring out this book, your next book, your course, you do a live, you do a talk, you're going to be someplace in person, all of those kind of things, so that when you have those in place, you can immediately be seen as the expert. They want it. They're waiting for you to bring out the next thing. When you say, "Hey, I've got this new hoodie that I did, and it's got a little logo on it, like my company," they want that. They want that hoodie. When you say, "Hey, I wrote a new book," they're all like clamoring for the for the link for the book. Now, yes, you can get to a place where you can have a huge following. My good buddy Willie J, who, and we've got some cool things coming up next week. There are some really amazing things that we're going to do. All I'm going to do is tease you that next Wednesday, we've got some really cool prizes really for you that we're going to be announcing. We're not going to tell you what. We just want you to be excited about it. And he's saying that to all 180,000 or so of his Instagram followers so that everybody is excited and they want it. And Willie, over the course of the last, what's it been, 3.5 months, maybe at the most, has had now 3 singles make it to number 1 on the pop charts under movers and shakers and things like that. And, being in league with, outranking even, the one that he posted about yesterday on Instagram is showing his book number 1 on the movers and shakers chart, movers and shakers pop chart, that outranked the new song by Bruno Mars. Found out yesterday that's the first time Bruno has dropped a song in 10 years. Can you believe 24 Karat Magic was 10 years ago? I mean, it played for so many years and still plays so much that that's a little compressed of a 10 years, but it actually came out 10 years ago. That's amazing. Awareness doesn't change results, but awareness is the start to results. And then taking action on the awareness is what makes the difference. You can see clearly the gaps. I've shown you, here's some ways to get the gaps, but if you don't take action, it doesn't do you any good. You can know it. You can be like, yeah, if I do X, Y, Z. And I understand that, everything's time versus money. And sometimes you have neither the time nor the money. I get that. Okay. So I don't want you to feel guilty about it. I just want you to simply understand momentum starts when you begin to fix something with an implementation, can't say words, of things that are really going to make a difference. You don't need to write more. You don't need to post more. You don't need to go live for hours and hours. I love all those things. I do all those things regularly, but it's more about fixing your signal. Now, what is going to be the one thing? What is something that you could do right now, today, that could have a massive impact? One Makata, glad to have you here with us. Um, you know, the thing that on a book is going to make the greatest, mostest, you like that word, most impact on your book is going to be the verified purchaser who's going to review your book. So it's like two bites at the apple as far as exposure, visibility, algorithm, all those kind of things. Because first off, the person comes in and they buy your book. Okay, we're talking about a real live human being that goes to their Amazon account and buys your book. Okay, now those of you that have books, you know how much work it can be to find that. We've got that system in place to get those people to go and buy your book. Whether you want one person to do it or you want 10,000 people to do it this week, we've got those systems in place for you to find those people. Okay, and then that pumps up the algorithm. One sale will move you. Now, you may not move onto the bestseller list. You may move from 2.1 million to 1.9 million with that one sale, but it does have an impact on the ranking of your book, the visibility of your book, because when one person gets it, another person is more likely to get it. And the more that you do that, the more that it's going to work. And the reason why I typically recommend to people that they do a minimum of 10 reviews a month is because when you have 10, especially when those 10 all drop, like boom, this hour, okay, Amazon all of a sudden goes, wait a minute, what happened? This book, really came out of nowhere again, or this book is staying really in the rankings. I'm doing this with bestsellers on the beginning. This book here that I'm so excited I've got it here in person now so I can show it to you. I'm doing this on an ongoing basis every single month, every couple of weeks. We're intentionally using our own systems to get more people to buy the books, read the books, and then that's where we get to the second bite of the apple, and that's that they put out the review. When the review goes up, now the tweak in your ranking isn't as noticeable. Okay. But the tweak in the rest of the visibility across Amazon is huge because when a book is getting good reviews that are real and legit, and Amazon does have the capability of distinguishing between somebody who writes, great book, dude, and somebody who said, in the blah, 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 blah. They say things that really make it look as though, you can never really totally know if somebody's read the book, but looks as though they must have read the book because they got something out of it and they're willing to share it. Just like when you go on to, whatever, say you're on Grubhub and you look at a restaurant, the people that are writing good things and bad things about it, you don't really actually know them. You don't know that they actually went there and had that experience. But we tend to immediately trust those because the reputation of the third party company that is posting those reviews has been built to the point where we believe in those things. And that does the same thing for you. And when other people are saying good things about your book, other people want to get the book and see if they have that same experience too. That is the fastest fix. Yes, you can write another book. You can put out another book. You know me, I'm always putting out books. I love it. I was talking yesterday about what is the plan for the next books. Actually, what I'm intending to do next, building above the 40 that I have, is I'm actually going to be bringing out groups of the books. Now, my first 10 books that are the Thriving Success series started out as one book, and it was way too big, huge, enormous. Okay, I mean, it became 10 books, so that gives you an idea how huge it was, right? It is available. You can still find 10 things you must have to succeed in life and business. You can actually even find probably the original version of it, the 10 things you have to succeed in life and business. Felt like the have to have title wasn't working, and so we changed that up. You can get all those, and now we're going back to multiples of the difference. I mean, I've got several different ones that are actually series, and I've got the whole marketing series that but only the beginning is part of, and I'm going to take all three of those and put those into one marketing book. I may actually, before I do that, in fact, I probably will do a rewrite on Ultimate Marketing Tool of a Lifetime, and on Write Your Bestseller Today. I think that's the other one in that series. And so I may do some of those kind of rewrites as well, but bringing them out in group collections. So if you're like, hey, I want it all, that's not really the best way to bring out a book, but for convenience, I want to help a person do that as well. So I'm always doing those kind of things, but I can tell you, the more books, the more writing, the more all of that is not going to be what's going to move the needle. It's that exposure. It's a legit person legitimately buying the book, getting it, going out, reading the book, and then writing the review. It's 2 bites at the apple. Like you said, you're going to get that bump from the purchase. You're then going to also get the bump in your visibility. You don't get it as much in the rankings, but definitely in the visibility when there's another review that's saying good things about your book. People want to, be a part of the things that other people are a part of and liking. I mean, the whole pickleball craze. If if the first couple of people that played it were like, man, this is stupid, and didn't do it anymore, you'd never have heard about it. But because of all the people that are like, this is really cool, and we really like, blah, blah, all that kind of stuff. And I've seen, and you've probably seen them if you ever watched Shark Tank, there are a ton of people that are trying to come up with the next, if you will, viral sport thing, like what pickleball has been. And there's a lot of ideas, and none of them have really caught the kind of fire that pickleball did, because people liked it. They said good things about it. They did it. They told their friends. You want the same exact thing with anything you're marketing, especially with your book. The more people are seeing your book, you're getting it. That's another small element that can make a huge difference in what you're doing. And that's simply just having a method, and we've got that one too, where we can get your book for free into the hands of people who are looking for books to read. Another great way to get it. Now, most of those people are not going to write reviews. They're just looking for books to read. And, some of them are going to read it. Some of them aren't. I mean, the percentages are lower. The price is lower, and there's no follow-up. So we're not constantly going, hey, did you read the book? Did you like it? If you liked it, would you write us a review? That kind of thing. That's why, our service for finding you people who purchase it that will then do the review costs way more than just us finding people we can give your book away to. Much considerably lower cost price. But both of them are impactful and effective and things that you absolutely want to, need to, and should continue doing. But if you got to pick any one thing, reviews, absolutely. I put together a package for you so that we can do that very simply and quickly. But what I really want to do is, if your book feels invisible, just drop the link to your book down below right now. Just drop the link, and I can give you a really good suggestion on the fast fix for it. It may be more in your, in your SEO and how it's set up and all that. And that may be the place you need to start. But I want to help you out. I'm here for you, absolutely. What you've done is amazing, and now we need to let the world know about it. That's what it's all about. So drop that link down in the comments right now. Let me help you out. I'm so excited for all you're doing in the world. Thanks again for joining in with me today. I hope that as the weather is at least a little warmer here, I know it's really cold some of the places over on the East Coast still. But I hope that you feel warm inside, that you have a real sense of love and purpose in your life. And then until we're together again tomorrow, I hope that you have a really, really great week.